And then we got lessons at like the like name brand School of Rock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I was there for about from probably from when I was like 11, and we played Seven Nation Army. And
Everybody knows it. I swear to God,
I
that's probably the song I've heard the most times in my entire existence.
mean, can you knock it, the simplicity and also the energy that comes from that song is just
Frankly, I am not sick of it. I've always thought it's a great song, and I love hearing other people cover it. I actually have a really interesting. I think I played it for you once, maybe. Maybe it wasn't you, but yeah. There's this really rad, kind of like dark funk version of it.
low.
Yeah, it's like horns, and it's really cool. But yeah, I've always loved that song, and it is a really great one to start with because you can essentially do it. Well, you do it a couple of ways, but like we always just did the one string thing, and you just kind of like go up and down. It's simple. It teaches good rhythm, and then you get like some note interplay. And if you really want to get into it, you can do the other strings and but it was I always love that song, still do.
I
Such
mean,
energy. I think honestly that's the beauty of the White Stripes is
yeah.
that two people can make such an amazing racket and have such compelling songs that it kind of belied like what we I don't know, for me anyway, like a duo of that sort was just like so unique, especially because you had Meg White, who frankly I think gets slighted a lot, and I think it's sad that so many drummers are like, oh, she doesn't have limb independence, and okay, yeah, you're right, she doesn't, but that's not what she's for.
Yeah.
She is actually kind of like an accent machine for Jack White. She steadies the beat. She does it really cool. She keeps it simple and just to the point, and it's killer. Plus, the amount of young girls that she inspired to make music, especially drums, from a
Mhm.
guy who's been playing drums forever or whatever. I think that her worth is significantly understated. So it really pisses me off when guys, you know, try to get all high and mighty about her. She sucks. She does not suck. She
I
does
think
not
it's
suck. She is exactly what she needs to be, and it's amazing.
what's important for me, or at least for me to mention about that is that like, well, one, I still have students who come to me, and I always make the lessons about like their goals and setting their intentions and helping
Sure.
them get to where they want to go. And like kids who are like 6 or 7 come to me, to learn drums, and they're like, I want to play Seven Nation Army. Like, and that's the only song they want to play. You know what I mean?
Great.
Like maybe like a Green Day song or maybe like another thing. It's like, okay, it's good. We need to start with some more fundamentals before we get to Green Day and do some of
Mm.
those things. But like they want to play that, you know what I mean? And that's the important thing, is like the inspiration that, the spark that starts the journey to maybe some of those more complicated things that
Yeah.
you're talking about. Like, I mean, some of my, the All-Star kids are doing 46 and 2, which I know you're a big fan of. And like that's like
Yeah.
an incredibly complicated song
Yeah.
with all the polyrhythms and such. So like, but like, where did they all start? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. And I know, just watching Leo and seeing him play it, like I remember at the All Star show, just losing my head because I was like, this is incredible. And then I was waiting for that part at the end where it kind of drops out and you get to hear Danny Carey's and
Yeah.
then, like those, he did all the little parts, and it
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
fantastic. I've read
Yeah.
interviews with Danny Carey and, they were talking about like, when you play these songs, he says, well, some of the songs I try to keep, you know, like loose and I'll go, and do a little bit of nuance here and there because it's fun. But he's like, I know there are certain pieces of certain songs that people kind of they want to hear. Like, and he's like, I'll never do 46 and 2 different like that piece right there. That's the written piece that he's like, I have to do that because
Yeah.
it's so incredible.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
little part in Stinkfist, this little turnaround at the end of a beat, which he does, the big giant, snare crack in The Grudge, in that like 3.5 minute part, just little things like that, which I think is really great. And so seeing kids want to try to do stuff that's that challenging is
Mhm.
amazing. You've got over the years I've seen some pretty talented kids come through, and I'd say Satana and like some of the other kids in recent times from all star bands, tip top.
Yeah.
Just I love it, and I love the fact that they're writing their own stuff too. That's
Yeah.
always something that makes me excited.